Hello! Update 19 is here, and this is our biggest update yet. We've got prestige powers, a brand new ability screen with tons of new abilities, Royale Vaults, PvP Vaults, yep, PvP Vaults, over 100 bug fixes, a revival death system, loads of buffs, and companions. Hello. Yeah, you go back sleep. The first thing I'm going to show you and talk about is Royale Vaults. Royale Vaults can be accessed after you hit level 50, and they're accessed by crafting a Royale Rock, which takes 3 unique Vault Gems, a Vault Rock, and a blank seal. Then you take the rock that you've made and you put it on the altar. You throw in all the stuff that it needs. Luckily, I'm playing on Infinity mode here, so it's already prepared. And then you craft it. And there it is, a Royale Crystal. And Royale Vaults are basically like the old Minecraft Hunger Games, or like any of the Royale games, PUBG or Fortnite or whatever have you. As in, when I place it down and go inside, I have nothing. Nothing at all. All my learned skills and abilities are gone, and all I'm presented with is Tommy. Hello, Tommy. But Tommy is very important. Tommy will offer you one of 3 different presets, loadouts. And I think we have around 25 of these at the moment, which means that every vault is going to be significantly different from each other. The loadout comes with a little bit of an information about how to play this specific loadout and what you should be looking for. And once you click one, you get to choose 1 out of 3 blue trinkets, also randomly rolled. And once you select your blue trinket, you get a red trinket. Makes sense so far. Once you've selected your red trinket, you get to pick your loot. And the loot from Royale Vaults can be extremely beneficial, because not only can you roll things like a legendary item or a treasure key, every single time you have the option to go with the crown. And the crown is a loot multiplier. If I pick the crown here, if I now would win this vault, which has a random objective, in this case a bingo vault, I will get a crown in my completion crate. And then if I run another Royale Vault, I can apply the crown to the crystal to double the loot that Tommy offers. Which means that if you do this several times, you can quadruple, you can tenfold, I don't even know what it's called. But you can basically have Tommy give you 85 times the loot that he is providing if you go on a win streak. But Royale Vaults are pretty difficult, because as I say, you're naked and you have nothing when you begin except for your loadout. And since I chose the baller one, I'm spec'd into Ball Lightning, which is one of the new abilities we'll look at a bit later, and I've got a bunch of different things here, including some talents. And since I'm level 100, I still have 63 unspent skill points. Now, I can't spend these manually. Instead, I have to rely on scrolls. These things here. This is a scroll for intelligence, and what I can do is I can consume it, and now I've increased my level in intelligence and spent 1 of my available skill points. For ability scrolls that level up things in this screen here, you can overlevel them indefinitely. So I could find 50 more lightning strike scrolls and get an extremely strong ball lightning spell. And for talents there is a cap, so I could use the intelligence scroll 2 more times and then get max intelligence. Now if I would have been in survival, this would have consumed itself. The other things in these crates are gear items. Pre-rolled, pre-filled gear items. So in this case I start with a helmet and an axe, and then some blocks to help me block around. But that's it! That's it! This is me! Luckily, every single room has the chance to spawn in these Royale crates, and early on in one of these vaults, you do very well by going around and picking them up and looting. Oh, look at that. One of our new focuses. That's sick. Looks like a nice scroll. There are food items, more gear items, and also modifiers inside the chests or crates. So this one, if I consume it, again, I'm in creative, so it doesn't actually consume it, but if I consume it, I've added energizing to this vault, which increases mana regen. Now, you can't just exit these vaults. They are locked, and the only way to get out is by winning the objective. I've probably played nearly 100 Royale runs, and I gotta tell you, I think it's the best thing. I'm gonna take this off. I think it's the best thing we've ever done. I think they're absolutely amazing. Every single run is different. It has taught me to use a lot of different abilities. And yeah, this is good times. It's just really good times. Another good thing with them is that if you die, you don't really lose anything. Sure, you lose the crown if you're multiplying it, and you lose the ability to get the loot, but all of your other gear is safely kept at home, and you don't have to pay to get it back. Oh, and one more thing about Royale Vault. Not only do you have to gear up on tools and stuff like that, there is no scroll for the heal spell. Your only way to heal is by using life leech mechanics or these hearty apples that you find scattered in these crates. If you want to see me actually run a Royale Vault, I recommend checking out one of my many videos on this channel of me running these. As I say, every single run is different. They are extremely addictive. And yeah, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. I think it's one of the best things we've ever done. Yes, it is. Sadness. We'll get to you in a minute, okay? And yes, you can also run Royale Vaults in PvP. All you gotta do is add some swords to your craft to get this Royale PvP rock, and then craft it up into a crystal and enter it together with a few friends, and you'll all get to that start room, you'll all select a loadout with Tommy, and then you will be teleported to a random spot inside the vault. And it's last man standing or the first person who beats the objective that takes it all home. Now, let's look at some new abilities. The first new ability I want to show you is Arcane. This is personally one of my favorite abilities, and it's basically an arcane laser beam that you hold down your button to shoot, and that deals AP damage, ability power based damage, to anything that you hit with it. It's so much fun. It's ridiculously fun to play around with, and I think it's probably going to be one of our most popular abilities, actually. The specialization of Arcane is the Rail. And the Rail is a one-time shoot ability with insane damage. So, as you can see, you click it and it shoots a big railgun-inspired laser beam and deals incredible damage. It also transfers on hit, so if you have a sword with, for example, Chilling Cloud, like this sword here, there is a chance that it creates a Chilling Cloud on the target. Pretty strong for killing bosses and things like this. The next new ability that I want to show you is Life Tap. This has been an ability that has been requested for a very long time, and I'm glad that we have finally added it to the game. Basically, when you use it, it's going to drain 80% of your current health, and then for every heart or every hit point that it has drained that way, it's going to deal damage in a massive radius around you. A bit scary, but when paired with Life Leech and other things to regenerate your health, it can be extremely strong. Next up, let's take a look at Earthquake. Earthquake is an ability that scales with your attack damage and not your ability power. And the way it works is, when you cast it, it will remember the zone of impact and then create a big explosion after a few seconds. It also has a small chance to break the blocks when you do this, although it will never break anything valuable like chests or things like that. The specialization of Earthquake is Landmine. And Landmine you place down like this, and you can place down several because they have very low cooldowns. And whenever a mob steps on it, they will explode. Come on, Husk. Just walk over my Landmine. Come get me here. There we go. You can chain those, so you can place down several, and then they will explode in a chain. Next up is Lightning Strike. And anyone who's played RPG games will probably love this ability as well. It's an ability power scaled ability. That sounds weird. Which basically summons a lightning on an arrow. So you shoot it and then it will summon a little lightning strike there. Now you gotta be a little bit careful though, because it will also zap you if you're within its range. It's very satisfying. Very satisfying indeed. Now, since this is a lightning spell, it does have a very big range where it does anything from 10% of your ability power all the way up to 90% of your ability power, or 4 to 40 in this case. The specialization of Lightning Strike is Ball Lightning. And this is a very unique ability that we have designed, which is very, very cool. You summon a ball of lightning that you can control with your mouse as it's traveling, and anything it goes through, it will zap for an extremely high lightning damage. And then eventually... Goodbye! Goodbye. Eventually it's going to despawn, but you can see it lasts for a quite long time. So as you're kiting mobs inside the vault, this could be a very, very, very strong ability as long as you make sure to aim it when you're running. I think it's super awesome. I think it's super, super cool and very weird. Now let me show you Chaos Cube. This is another new attack damage scaled ability, which means that it doesn't scale off your ability power, but rather your attack damage. It's basically almost like a little grenade that you throw out, and anything it hits on its way, it deals a little bit of damage to, and then eventually it explodes and deals massive amount of damage in an area. So imagine trapping a bunch of mobs in a hole and then throwing in one of these. It's gonna be carnage. The specialization of Chaos Cube is Toxic Vial, which is similar, but it scales off your ability power, and it does so with poison damage. So this ability is kind of like you're throwing a poison nova in an area. It is extremely strong at the moment. And yes, it does function with our Toxic Reaction or Blight, making it so that you can make like a nice combination of builds. Look at this model again. Isn't it awesome? Isn't that awesome? Boom. It's really cool. Now, the last new ability that we've added in this update is Mana Barrier. And this is, as opposed to the others we've seen, a very defensive ability. Whenever you cast it, it's going to create a safe zone, a safe cube around you. Mobs cannot pass through these Mana Barrier blocks, and you can. So either you can trap mobs inside here, or you can use it to stay safe as you loot some chests or whatever it is you're doing. Personally, I think that this is one of the coolest abilities ever. It's very, very clean in its design, as in it's very easy to understand. And I mean, everyone likes a defensive ability every now and again. Isn't that right? Hey? Now you go to sleep again. Now, if you played a lot of Vault Hunters, you will notice that Javelin has also changed its texture. I think these things look a lot better than what it did in the past. You may have also noticed that Farmer is no more. Now, that's not entirely true, but we moved Farmer to a talent, and we named it Farmer Twerker. It works pretty much the same, but rather than being an activatable that drains mana, you simply shift near crops to increase the growth speed. And it's quite a bit buffed as well, because it will do all the crops at the same time. So it will do cactus, melon, pumpkin, sugarcane, etc., and all the normal ones, as well as grow animals up. I think it's a great change. It was kind of weird to have as an ability in a combat-oriented ability system. We also have 2 new talents, well, in addition to the Farmer Twerker, and that is Lightning Finesse and Lightning Mastery. Lightning Mastery increases the minimum range of all lightning abilities. And as I said, things like Lightning Strike is a lightning ability, and so is Ball Lightning, but also Smite, Archon, and Storm Arrow. They are all lightning abilities, and they all have a range, and the Lightning Mastery makes it so that you do more consistent damage. Now, you can also choose to go Lightning Finesse instead, which, instead of increasing the minimal damage, adds a stun chance to any lightning ability. So if I learn this fully here and cast myself a Lightning Strike, there's a good chance that I'll stun at least one of these. Oh, I have Ball Lightning. Well, same with Ball Lightning. Yeah, there we go. So as he passed through this guy, it stunned him. Now, if you think further and are a bit nerdy like I am with these things, this can be combined with things like Nucleus or Daze, and it's going to allow for a lot of more build metas for different styles of playing the game. Lots of new abilities, huh? Personally, I love it. It just gives you so many more choices and so many more different things that you can do to win the game or dominate the game. And speaking about dominating the game, in Update 19, we have added Prestige Powers. This is our first part of endgame content. Prestige Powers unlocks after you reach level 100 and beat the Herald. And they're quite powerful. They come in 6 different tiers, and the higher the tier, the more powerful the Prestige Power is. They require Prestige points and knowledge to unlock. So knowledge is still valuable even mid to end game or in end game. A Prestige point is awarded every time you level past level 100. As you can see, once you reach level 100, this thing turns blue and you can continue to level. Currently, as of this update, there's no cap to this. You can continue to level as much as you want, and every time you do so, you get 1 prestige point, kind of like a skill point. Now, luckily, I am in demo mode here, so I've just given myself 200 prestige points so that I can show off some of these prestige powers. Now, there are 30 different prestige powers to unlock, and yes, you can unlock every single one of them. They're gonna make you a lot more powerful. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these. You can read all about them on our brand new wiki page, which is wiki.vaulthunters.gg, that has a ton of information on it. Big shout out to the community for their tireless effort to get the wiki up and running. But I'll show you how the tier system works. In order to get down here and get a tier 4 prestige power, I need to have unlocked a chain of prestige powers. So first I need to start with a tier 1, and that allows me to now unlock a tier 2. And then if I take a tier 2, I can now take a tier 3. And if I take a tier 3, I can now finally get to the tier 4. Now, as you can see, it doesn't matter how you go down this list. You can go down the list any way you want, but you have to have at least an equal amount of the previous tier to the new tier. So right now I'm free to unlock, for example, Wings of Ascension. Well, no, I need more knowledge. There we go. Now I can unlock Wings of Ascension, which gives me permanent. Look at that. I'm flying. Without wings, without a trinket, and without my elytra or chest plate. Now, some of the prestige powers, like the Wings of Ascensions, are toggleable. And by default, you can access all of your prestige powers toggles by pressing or holding the P key. And this is like a wheel here where you can activate or deactivate a prestige power. So let me go ahead and learn another one that is toggleable by starting again at the higher tier and working my way down. I think actually Echo of the Anchor is probably toggleable. Yeah, so I can decide to have them active or inactive or have all of them active at all times. This is specifically important for things like the Dance of the Prismatic Feather, which gives you the Prismatic Feather effect permanently so that you can turn it off and on. Now, as I say, the prestige powers gets very powerful as you work your way down the list. The tier 5 are all about immortality. You can make your gear never take durability damage. Your tools never take durability damage. Your charms never being used. It's very, very strong. And speaking about strength, the tier 6 prestige powers are our aspects, and they are very powerful. I'll give you a little hint. The aspect of mastery will double any extra skill levels gained by gear, cards, trinkets, or any other sources. That means that if I have the Stone of Jordan trinket equipped, which does +1 to all learned abilities, I'll get +2 to all learned abilities. If I have a card deck that gives me +5 in javelins, I'm gonna get +10 in javelins. Now, they're gonna take a while to get to these aspects, and they do cost a ton of knowledge points to unlock, but they're gonna make you very, very powerful. Okay, let's take a look at companions. Hey, it's time. You're up! You're up, sir! Companions is a brand new feature in Vault Hunters that allows you to have a little friend. These little guys are amazing. They follow you around and they help you massively with your vault runs. They also get bored at you and fall asleep all the time. Now, to get these, you need to attract a companion egg. This can occur in most vaults after level 50. The more you do inside a vault, as in killing mobs and looting chests, the greater the chance is to attract a companion egg. You have attracted the attention of a companion egg. Go find it. That is the message to look out for. Now, once you've got that message, the companion will have spawned anywhere where you have previously explored inside the vault. So your vault turns into this amazing egg hunt. Let's see if we can find this one. Aha! It was 2 rooms back. And there it is, floating in the sky, spitting out particles, making sure that you don't miss it. Come here, give me my egg. I'm just gonna fly up in creative. Yay! A companion egg! In order to hatch the egg, you need an incubator. These are quite expensive, but you only ever need to craft 1. And the way you hatch the egg is by putting it in the incubator. And now it's going to be sitting there for its entire hatch time, which I believe is 20 seconds. Look at it. It's moving. It's doing things. And there we go. Now it has hatched. And I got a pet raccoon. At the time of release of update 19, I think we got 8 or 9 different pets and 3 different legends, which is a different series. Now, you've already seen Creeper 85, and for those of you who follow me on Twitch, you know that a golden creeper is going to be handed out to my Twitch viewers. Now, the first thing you will want to do with your pet is to give it a home, and so you can craft one of these companion homes, which can be dyed in millions of different colors using Minecraft's mechanic of dyeing. Is that a cool color? That's a weird color, but we'll go with it. And then place your pet or your companion into its bed. Hello, raccoon. Now, they all carry a default name, which can be changed with a name tag. Hugh. Hello, Hugh. Now, when you hatch an egg, they will start on level 1, and the only one thing that you will get immediately is a temporal modifier. And this is completely random and can't be changed. So Hugh here, this guy, hello Hugh, he's always going to have the glued modifier, whereas Creeper 85 has the champion's domain modifier. And this is very important because these are super powerful temporal modifiers. So not only do you want to find a cute pet, you also want to find a pet that has a temporal modifier that you love. Now, in their home screen, you can see a few different things. For example, their status, and Hugh here is ready. That means that he's ready to run a vault with me. And then he has a few different slots here, all of which are locked by default. And these get unlocked as you level Hugh up. And how do you level up? Well, you gotta bring your companion with you in your vault adventures, and they will gain experience based on how well you do in that vault. But be careful. If you die inside the vault and you're not playing casual mode, your companion will also lose a heart. And as you can see, when they're low level like this, they only have 1 heart. Now, we thought it'd be a bit too cruel to just permanently delete the companion. So if they do lose all their hearts, they become retired. And you can still have them accompany you, but they won't be able to play their temporal modifiers or any of the other features that they have. Don't worry though, as you level them up, they will get more hearts. And should you lose a heart later in the lifespan of your companion, there's always the companion snack. Hello, companion snack. This ice cream guy can be crafted using a companion relic, which we'll talk about in a second. Lots of echo gems and a vault suite. And you can shift click them to the companion in their home, and if they're not healthy, they will eat it and heal a heart. Now, let's talk companion relics. As I said, as you level up, you unlock up to 4 slots of companion relics. And companion relics are these things here. These can be gained from chests inside vaults. The rarer the chest, the higher the chances to find them, but they're quite rare. They can also be found in treasure sand, inside treasure rooms, and in the dig site room. And so what are they? Well, they're basically permanent catalysts. You have your basic ones, which adds, for example, this key here will always add a gilded stack, this will add a wooden stack, and the gem will add plentiful. But as you can see, you can also find them without a negative, without the companion challenge. And if you get really lucky, you can find one of these super relics, which, as you can see, can add 2 modifiers. And this one is especially lucky because it's both rolled ornate. So this will give my companion 2 stacks of ornates and 1 companion challenge. And so I'm going to give it to Creeper 85 here. I'm going to put it in this slot here. Now beware though, when giving a companion relic to your companions, they become a little bit, they own them. Okay, and if you want to get it back and give it to Mr. Hugh here, you'd have to pay gold. In this case, 256 gold to remove it. They become attached, bless them. Now, there is another thing that you can give your companions, and that is these particle trails, which you can also find inside vaults. Same method as finding relics, and they can be attached down here in the particle slots. And in total, you can unlock 3 of these, making it so that you can mix and match your particles. Now, we have a bunch of different ones. Apart from just the color, you can see that this is a star particle trail, this is a dust particle trail, and this is a heart particle trail. So if I do this, oh, look, he's got nice hearts coming off him. Yay! That's very fitting with the creeper being green. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, let's try another one here. Let's try the star particle. And yeah, there it is. Oh, it's all glowing and shining. Oh, I love it. Do you love it too? Yeah? Yeah, go to sleep. The creeper pet is specifically tired all the time. Hey, wake up. There we go. Now, as you level up with your companion, they will gain more things and they will tell you so in chat. So for example, I just leveled him up here 3 times and he gained an extra heart, he got a relic slot and another particle slot. So now if I take him and put him in his home here, you can see he's level 6. He's got another slot for a relic. I'm going to give him this ornate. So now I have 3 ornate stacks in total. And why don't I mix and match? I like the stars. Let's also add the hearts because I love the hearts. And now, look at that. He's got loads of different trails following him now. Now you may have noticed this as well. As you level your companions up, they slightly grow in size. So Creeper 85 is now bigger than what he was at the beginning of this video. Now apart from looking extremely cute and constantly falling asleep, come on man, we're on video here! Say hello to mum. Hello mum! Apart from falling asleep constantly and following you around, they also modify your vaults. So I'm going to take Creeper 85 here and I'm going to, well, he was equipped already. I'm going to equip him and let's go into a vault. Now, as long as he is ready, which he is, when I enter this vault, he is going to modify it for me. Look at that. I entered a 3 times ornate and 2 times companion challenge vault. Look at that. So I now have, on my left side hand of my screen here, over here, I now have 3 ornate modifiers. And as I say, it's not that these relics are consumed. This is permanent. So every time Creeper 85 joins me, he is going to modify the vault in this fashion. And he will follow you around. Now, some people might get annoyed while running a vault. That you sometime accidentally might not be able to place a block or anything like that. And for those of you who feel that they can be a bit obstructive, you can hide the pet with this little icon here. And now Creeper 85 is nowhere to be seen. Personally, I don't really care. I don't want to trade the cuteness of him. But yeah, that's an option. Now, when you're done with your vault run, Creeper 85 needs to rest. So if I put him back in my home, you can see that this guy specifically needs to rest for 1 hour and 1 minute. This rest timer here is based on a couple of things. It's based on the level of the companion, and it's also based on the base roll of the companion. When you hatch them, you can see Hugh has a rest time of 52 minutes. And let me just get a new one to hatch here so we can see the difference. Oh, it's the Sheba! Get a new home for our Sheba. While Sheba has a rest time of, it wasn't exact, no, 54 minutes. So this value here is different per every companion that you find. The best you can possibly roll is 20 minutes and the worst you can roll is 60 minutes. And that's just the base. And then it multiplies itself based on how many levels they are. So Creeper 85 is level 6 but only has 62 minutes rest time. I think he had a pretty good base roll, didn't you? Yeah. Now, another very cool thing that happens when you level up is that the temporal modifier gains time. So it starts at 60 seconds. So if I would go in with Hugh, his temporal modifier would last for 1 minute because he's level 1. Whereas Creeper 85's temporal modifier, the champion domain, lasts for 240 seconds, which is, quick math is called 4 minutes. And the best thing with this is that, let's take Hugh here. Let's plop ourselves into a vault, Hugh. Hello, Hugh. Let's go. The best thing with this is that the temporal modifier is not played at a random time. You decide when to play it. If you go into controls and keybind, you can find something called activates companion's temporal modifier, which I bound to the dash key here. And if I now click my dash key, boom, I've now got glued mobs for 1 minute. And glued mobs is amazing. Let me see if I can see these mobs. Glued mobs will glue the mobs in place so that they can't move. Well, they can jump. But yeah, you can see they are completely glued. Now that archer is gonna hurt. I think he's gonna one-shot me if he hits me, so I should get out of the way. Ah! Ouch. Hugh, if I get shot again, you're gonna die. Okay. I did that on purpose. Because it's a great opportunity to show you what happens with Hugh. Oh, look! Hugh is now retired. Okay. This is a great opportunity to show a new feature that we have in this update, the death mechanic. When you die in Vault Hunters, if you're not playing casual mode, sometimes you can get into this deadlock state where you don't have enough gold to recover your stuff. Well, in this update, we've added this button here, which allows you to go in debt, and I can click it and get all of my stuff back, including Hugh. Hello, Hugh. How you doing, mate? Yeah, look at this. Hugh is now... It's not supposed to say ready, is it? It's supposed to say retired. It says retired there. We'll fix that. That's just an oversight. We'll make sure that that says retired as well. But yeah, Hugh is now retired, and that means that I can still have him walk around and he's chilling. Like, he's just a pensionist now. I guess so, yeah. However, if I had given any relics to Hugh, they would be locked with his retirement. They'd be part of his retirement plan. It's so, it's hard to explain. Anyway, to complete the debt thing, now that I'm in debt, I can go back to my spirit extractor and I can pay the 25 or 20 gold in debt. As long as I have it in my inventory, I can click this button to pay it. If I don't pay it and I go into a new vault, my vault will have the Locker's Claim, which is a curse. Owed and unpaid, earn no experience until your debt is settled. It's basically a curse that makes it so that I can no longer gain experience in the game, which is actually a positive and a negative. While I can't progress, it gives me an opportunity to just loot as much as I can and build up my resources before I continue. Personally, I think this is a great feature because it's gonna remove all the soft locking that could happen in Vault Hunters. Anyway, that became a bit of a side quest. Companions, they're great. Let me show you all of the different companions you can find. There's the Sheba, the Creeper, the Raccoon. There's also a Papillon. I love Papillons. A Siberian Husky, a White Cat. I like the whiskers on this. A Black Cat, a Moose. It's so small. Oh, he went to sleep. Bless. A Pug. Hello there, Pug. Oh, it looks so much like a pug, doesn't it? Big shout out to Diamond Gamer Ash that has made these amazing pet models. There's also a panda, an elephant, and a unicorn. I love the unicorn. I think it's well cute. Then finally, there's this guy, the Golden Creeper. This is not unlocked by default, but can be unlocked during an event that I'm running on my Twitch channel over the next couple of weeks. So make sure to tune in if you want this guy, the golden mini creeper of doom. Now that's all the companions that are part of the pet series, and there are plans to add more of these in upcoming updates, so stay tuned. But you can also find a Legend series egg, and it looks like a like a compressed egg Steve, I guess so. And the same thing here, you hatch it, and then there are 3 different things that you can get. Actually, 4 different things, I think. You can get the Eternal, which is a companion equal to the size of you. Hello there, maybe Pondo. By default, any legend rolls a skin of any of our Patreons at random. Thank you for supporting our Patreon, maybe Pondo. However, you can rename them, and then they will get the skin of whoever you name them to. So you can be like me and name them to your alt account, or you can name them to so a Pogskull, I love that face. Or you can name them to whoever you want. That's the Eternal legend. There's also the giant version of the Eternal. quite intimidating. Yeah, they're I mean, this would be great to troll friends on a server, to just have one of these boys running around after chasing you. Not quite as intimidating, but maybe funnier, is the Minion. Hello there, Minion. These are inspired by the companions that I have on my Twitch channel and have had for the past year or so, which has inspired this entire feature, by the way. And finally, and definitely tiniest, there's the Antlion version. Oh, there you are. Oh, I love these guys. They're so small. Look at him. Look at him. Bless him. Wait, I'm gonna put him in a home. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. Oh, he's a loot goblin as well. Oh, man. Okay, long story short, guys. Update 19 is massive, with massive new game mechanics, including our beloved companions. I really do hope that you love them. I hope that you think this is a super fun mechanic, and not just super cute, because, I mean, come on, it's definitely super cute. Look at this guy. Definitely super cute. But also that you enjoy playing around with them and using their modifiers and all of that stuff. There's so much more that we've added to this update. I'll try and do like a quick skim through a few of the things, and of course, for a comprehensive full patch note list, you can check the link down below in the description that leads to our webpage where we list or try to list everything that we've done, including bug fixes. But let's go through a few things. Thanks to our latest member of the team, it's Nimbles, we've got brand new deck textures, and personally as a Magic the Gathering enjoyer at times, I love these. They really do look like deck boxes. We have added a long requested feature, the ability to spectate a vault. And so if you die in a vault with a friend, or if you're on a server where spectating is allowed because it's a game rule, you can craft one of these things, a spectator block. Here is the recipe. And when you click it, it will list any ongoing vaults and you can spectate and join your friends. This eye is creeping me out. It's following me around. Okay, remove this thing now. We have a brand new Omega room, which is paying homage back to a room we had in Vault Hunters 2 called the Pixel Room. This is a wooden chest Omega room, and it spawns random things that you can find inside the wooden chest, and then, like for example, Vault Essence, and then inside of these, it's packed with wooden chests. We also have a brand new village room, and it looks a little bit different. It's a little bit of a throwback to the fort, but this is our new wooden chest village room. In the middle here, you have the cellars with tons of wooden chests and also guardians that spawn in. And speaking about guardians, we removed their thorns damage. Yep, they no longer thorn you when you attack them. Both of these amazing rooms have been built by Kat, so big shout out to Kat, who's been helping out with all the building in the team. You've seen this already, but we have reworked the entire ability screen. It is now pan and zoomable, so you can move around and you can see everything easier. We've also organized the abilities in utility, offensive, power up, and ultimate. And yes, we only have these two ultimate abilities for now. We've got a bunch of new quests, including a quest about the companions somewhere here. There it is. there's our main man. Royale Vaults and the prestige and past level 100 stuff. We've got two new trinkets. The dice, which multiplies any and all damage output with a value between 1% and 300%. It makes your damage extremely unreliable, but since it makes the damage go all the way to 300%, while it's unreliable, as you can see on these damage numbers, on the bottom line, it actually increases your damage. Mathematically, I believe, by something like 50.1%. Here's a pro tip. It's extremely good to get with Arcane because you shoot so many times with Arcane. The other new trinket is the Aether Spark, and the Aether Spark is basically a tiny magical jetpack. Look at that. Holding down the jump button, you propel yourself into the air, and you can let go of the jump button early to just do like quicker jumps like this. There's a max limit it can take you up, which is something like 1 second. I think this is a quite interesting trinket. I think a lot of people will probably use it. We've also got a bunch of new models, and we have finally removed any and all pixel weapons. But we've tried to maintain the feel of the weapon. So this was a pixel sword, and now it is a model sword. Looks a lot better. All in all, though, we have a lot of new cool models for different things. The raw print, the dusty top, the scroll. I really like the scroll. I think this is a well good looking focus. The boys have once again outdone themselves with all of these amazing models. Now, one big new change that I feel like I need to explain a little bit is the damage allocation change on weapons. This is for both axes and swords, and what I've done is that I've moved the primary attack damage to the implicit rather than the affix. So previously, most of the attack damage came from the affix, but now most of it comes from the implicit. As you can see here, we have 118 attack damage on the implicit and only 13 on the affix, and you can see the ranges here of a level 100 sword. Another thing I've also done is that I've moved the position of Lucky Hit, so Lucky Hit is now a prefix, and Lucky Hit no longer competes with different cloud effects or other on-hit effects such as stun. Instead, Lucky Hit competes with chaining, which also means that chaining no longer competes with attack damage. All in all, rolling weapons in Vault Hunters allows for new combinations and more fun combinations than it previously did. And I've been playing with this change for quite a while now in my own world, and it's great. It's absolutely great. And you know what else is great? Access. Yep, I think I fixed it. So in the last update, I added this double hit ability, so 20% double damage chance, which I think is great. We're keeping that, but I've also, in this update, heavily increased the attack speed of axes. And my vision here is that swords are great for AoE damage, as they are sweeping big parts of mobs, while axes and their double hit damage chance are better against single target mobs. And with the increased attack speed of axes almost at the same level as swords now, that should be very, very visible. And trust me, it feels so much better. It's unbelievable. Now, as I say, update 19 is by far the biggest update we've ever done to Vault Hunters. We've all worked endlessly to bring you this amazing update, and I'm sure there are going to be a couple of hot fixes, and we're going to have some weird bugs reported here in the first few days, but we are committed in solving those as fast as we can. There are so many more things that I haven't gone through here. For example, village rooms always have fizzle spawners now, or the scavenger item icon is now matching the mob group that they come from. But again, the video would be like 3 hours long. So if you want to read all of these different things that we have changed or updated, make sure you check out the patch notes. And now it's time for you, if you haven't already, to install update 19 and go down in the comments below. I want to hear, like, what are you guys most excited about? Is it going to be the companions? Or maybe the Royale Vaults? Or maybe the PvP features, which means that you can now start PvP servers with your friends. Which, by the way, if you do, grab your server from bisecthosting.com and use the code VaultHunters. That way you sponsor the game development and you get your server 25% cheaper. I'm super excited that we're finally releasing update 19, and I hope you are too. Now, thank you ever so much for watching. As I say, comments. Let me know what your favorite thing is.